Hey everyone.
We're here with a full crowd.
Yeah.
We got a full house in here. We got Danny on the accordion, as you can see, and Traoloch O Riordain, who is the mastermind for the Irish concert series here happening in the next 2 months. So can you guys tell me about what's going on?
Yeah.
Well, it's part of a series of concerts that we've been running every spring over the course, every 2 years during the springtime. And what we try to do is bring out traditional Irish musicians and those who kind of have learned the music, not in school or anything like that, but at home or from the older generation. So they're actually inheriting a tradition that comes from their own area. What we'd like to do is to bring them out here and give our own students an opportunity to listen to them, and also give the community an opportunity to listen and build that connection through the music between Montana and Ireland.
Yeah, and do you have ongoing theme with each of your concerts?
Well, we do. I suppose there's a kind of the thing about it all is that the relationship between Montana and America and Ireland has been very vibrant in terms of music, going back over 300 years. And one of the things I suppose that has occurred is that there has been a kind of a breakdown in certain respects, especially here, because we don't have the same degree of emigration here anymore. I mean, there was a time 100 years ago you had musicians from Ireland all over the place. Now the tradition still continues here, and what we're trying to do is just bring it all together, bring the Irish of America and the Irish of Ireland in the context of the music together, playing together, celebrating this culture, this tradition, because it is this culture that unites both groups into a community of common descent. There's a shared heritage,
Awesome.
one people sharing a culture. So it's very important for both the Irish Americans and the Irish of Ireland to come together and celebrate that shared heritage, and that's what we try to do. And we've been very, very successful. And as a consequence of this, you may recall before Christmas we had a Christmas concert, which is made up of kids, like Irish Americans and American kids, and others in the Irish Studies program who went up, who sang, who danced, who played music, and basically it was a very polished and also very passionate affair. It was a great celebration. So, it's great to see these things happening, and this course has been foundational to all.
So, when are these concerts?
Well, the first concert actually will take place in the Irish capital of the Rockies tonight in the Butte, at the Montana Tech Library Auditorium, and then tomorrow at the Recital Hall at 7:30. Danny is going to play as well, and you can get tickets for it at Rock and Rudy's, or you can go online to friendsofirishstudies.com.
And you can just show up at the
door as well. And there's a sweetheart deal if somebody wants to go to all 4 concerts, because there's a series of 4 performers coming out. You can actually get a ticket for all 4 for $45.
Yeah, and the nice thing is that it happens every first and third Saturday of the month, and since February is an even month, March it's on the exact same days, so it's the 7th.
There's
and
a
the
symmetry
21st.
there.
Yeah.
There is, and I would encourage people to come out and come up and enjoy, and you'll get to meet an awful lot of people, of course, that you will know, and get to meet Danny here and talk to him, and he's a charming Kerry man, like everyone else from that county.
How long have you been playing the accordion?
About 30 years. Yeah, so I learned from, I suppose, the music at home in my house and in the locality from the older generation of musicians, like Traoloch said. So it's a tradition to that area.
Cool.
Musical tradition to that area. So yeah.
And then what area are you from in Ireland?
County Kerry, so north of that county, a place called Ballyduff.
Cool.
North Kerry, yeah.
Nice. And then so you're able to fly in musicians from Ireland to perform.
That's what we do, yeah.
That's awesome.
And which is why we kind of do it once every 2 years, because it is a very expensive proposition,
Yeah.
But
well worth it.
It's well worth it, and the kind of program demands it, the students demand it, the community demand it, as well. That you make this effort. If you're going to have a program about Irish culture, well, then you got to come along and bring people in who are the custodians of that culture. That lends kind of authenticity and says, look, we're serious about all of this. And I think people are recognizing that, and they're coming out and supporting it, because this course is supported primarily through the help of the Friends of Irish Studies, which is a community organisation, and without whom we wouldn't have the program that we have today.
Awesome.
And I know that you're on borrowed time. You don't have much time. You have to go to another interview across town. So just one more time, if you would like to tell people where people can get more information and the concert times.
You get the information on the website friendsofirishstudies.com. You can also call me at 544-0311, and you can get tickets online at that website as well. You can go and get them at Rockin' Rudy's. And the concert begins at 7:30, and the tickets are $15 at the door. They're $10 for students at Friends of Irish Studies, and you can also get that season ticket that will give you 4 concerts for the price of 3. That's $45.
Cool.
Again, by going online or going to Rockin' Rudy's.
Awesome. Do you guys have time for Danny to play a quick song?
Danny's going to belt out a couple of hits here, I think.
Yep, and right after he plays, we'll show a PSA and we'll bring out Becky. So here's Danny. Go ahead.
Cool. I'll play a little music on this instrument, which was actually made in the States. It was built in New York in the 1920s for a very famous musician and relation of mine from my area, Tom Carmody. He was the first musician from my area to be recorded in in New York in the mid-30s. So I'll play some music on this if I can.